Hey guys, how's it going? Just coming at you with another video here. Now, this video here I'm doing right now is bit of a follow up on my last one. I guess in the sense that I'm saying, hey, I've got a couple videos I'd like to do that in the pipeline and all that, and this is gonna be a bit of me following through on what I was saying. Now one of those videos I said I was thinking about doing was how I'd like to show off some of items that I've done, I've bought in recent times, and I've also want to do a couple video or two about some of the conventions I've done. No, well, you know, Awesome Con and Baltimore Comic Con, which are going to be separate videos. But and like I said, right now this video is just going to be talking about some items that I've bought, whether it's at a store or online or whatever. So I guess with all that said, um, here they are, and some of my items are going to be like maybe a toy or two, or a book, or a DVD, and so here you are. Um, Now I guess the first thing I'd like to maybe show off, I guess, and maybe one of the more recent things I picked up, a cosplay holster I got here. Now, what weapon does it go to? Um, uh, this thing right here. Now I picked this up off of eBay a few years ago. Um, it's a Star Wars pistol, and I didn't have a holster go with it, and um, all that. So I kind of two other pistols I have a corresponding holsters that complement them. All that. So one I bought off of eBay, the other one I got off of Etsy. Um, and both of them came from the same guy. His name is um the brand anyway. His name is Darman's Props, and his name is well, that's like his brand name and all that. But his name is the person himself. His name is Bobby. So I bought both items off from him and all that. One is a Ruby's Han Solo pistol. The Ruby's creates like props, costumes, and all that. So I have a holster for that pistol, and one from a Poe Dameron Nerf gun. Now this was made by Hasbro and all that. It looks similar-ish to um, one that Han Solo uses, but apparently it showed up in most of the Legends continuity in terms of the EU, and apparently it showed up in the Phantom Menace and all that, but a background character had it. If assuming you know which character to look for, you can barely tell it. He has it. At least by my observation, anyway. So it looks semi-similar, maybe in terms of shape and all that. And I always worry like hold your hand and all that. But anyway, I wanted a holster to go along with it, so I got this. I bought it off of Etsy, different seller, on all that. So, uh, yeah, order came in all the way from Vancouver, Canada, which is in the western part of the country and all that. Never been there by itself, but that's neither nor there. Um, so it kind of flew in from out there, and it came flew in from all the way from I think California once it came here to the States and all that. And I'm here in Maryland, and all that. So and I like it, and all that. And I'm glad to have corresponding holster to use. So if I ever want to cosplay with it, there you go. Um, and it also includes this belt buckle or something like that with the Mandalorian logo. I mean, not the Mandalorian TV series, but Mandalorian culture, and which is a nice touch. So yeah, um, all that. And of course, speaking as an American, I was like, as American currency good because the person who I was talking to is Canadian, and it's okay, yeah, it's fine. So In fact, let me check something here. I want to refresh my memory on who the seller was that I got it from. Um, um, anyway, just and I'm just drawing a blank at the moment, but I will be sure to find the seller and just drop it in the crotch bar once I'm done with this video. But yeah, because I bought it for there, and I do like it. I like the holster that I have for my Han Solo pistol. I like it well enough. But I think I like this one right here. It's got a bit of a slight edge to it because of these screws right here that on my leg strap. It's a little bit more adjustable than my other one. And I like that. It feels snug on my leg, and well, I'm better able to adjust it and all that, given my measurements and all that. Not and my pistol here fits pretty snug, so I like it. And speaking of cosplaying and weapons and all that, one cosplay I'm thinking about dressing up as um, is Finn from the sequels and all that. Um, at this point, I feel like I've got what I need in terms of clothing and weapons. I basically bought a long sleeve black shirt and a pair of black pants. It feels like just maybe a size bit small because 30 by 32 and I'm more like a 30 by 34, but I don't know. I've already bought it, so hopefully it does feel a little tight, but it's not like it's completely uncomfortable, I guess. But um, or at least they'll hopefully they'll do your job, or maybe perhaps you should go pick up another pair that's more akin to my size. But who knows? But and I'm not sure if drawing up a regular pair, a couple pieces of clothing that you might wear on a regular basis, is worth like, hey guys, look at this. But anyway, but at this point, all I need is a jacket, and the one that he wore in the Force Awakens. I'm going for that kind of attire. Uh, and I've got a pair of a pair of um black pants, black shirt. I guess I'm going for a degree of screen accuracy in terms of wardrobe. And all that. So, and as far as weapons, I got a lightsaber right here because there's this Skywalker one. This was one of the ones that Hasbro made, and back when the prequels were still around. I have another one just like it, but the wear and tear is kind of obvious a little bit because I've had it for a number of years. So I wanted one where it wasn't as bad, if that makes any sense. So, blue right here. With this particular Heligan and all that, although it comes in green and red, but this one right here is pretty screen accurate. Now, Finn himself, as played by John Boyega, even though this particular weapon was not a mainstay in his arsenal, he still used it. So I'll take it. I also have a Poe Dameron Nerf gun pistol and all that. I may have showed it off in a previous video. I might include that too because Finn himself also had the same kind of pistol. It was called a Glee 44. Now, if you know what this particular pistol looks like as a toy, need I say more? But perhaps I should have showed it off, I guess. But then again, I did show it in a previous video, I think. And either one of my, and possibly in one of my last update videos. So I think dating back to 2021. So, but if you know which video I'm talking about, go check it out. And speaking of weapons, I also got this because this one is a mainstay in terms of weaponry with resistance and all that. And Finn carried a rifle like this at one point, at least in The Force Awakens, but Solo gave it to him. And he also gave a pistol to Rey and all that. And if you've seen The Force Awakens, you'll know what I'm talking about. but apparently he lost it at one point and got himself another one. I guess I presume he did, but he just did it. You see him and other members of the resistance using this particular rifle. Now it's compared to the movie and all that, it's a little bit smaller and all that, and it's a little bit uh, the hand grip is a little bit small and all that, but since it's already made, it is what it is. So I got this in order to be screen accurate in terms of weapons too, and that's also got a strap that can slap it onto your back. So yeah, there's that. And speaking of cosplaying, um, uh, uh, I don't know if you can tell. You see that jacket on the hanger? It's my closet. I'm kind of showing up a little bit what my room looks like. I don't know if you can tell, Carl, but it's a little bit messy. But that jacket there is the one that Poe Dameron wore in The Last Jedi. I'd like to cosplay as him as well. I at least am thinking about going for a basic approach. Maybe just do something like a white T-shirt, that jacket, and maybe, excuse me, and maybe my one black pair of pants and all that. I'm just waiting for a convention to go to whenever that may be. Um, so, but if you saw it, that's what it looks like. It's like brownish, something like that. And so, but well, there it is. And now the guy who I bought it from, he claims to be based in Florida, but it actually flew in from Pakistan. But I got it, you know, and it's a size wise, it's a medium. Although maybe I should have gotten one, at least size bits or at least one size larger. But that was kind of, I guess, kind of my due to my own expectations, due to some of the jackets I've worn in my day to day life, like hoodies or whatever. So it's not meant to be a knock against the guy who I bought it from, or excuse me, the products he makes. So, but having said all that, I actually do like it. So yeah, there's that. So, and now I guess in terms of maybe books, uh, I got this right here, Ultimate Star Wars New Edition. It's a reference book. It's an updated addition to a 2015 book of Star Wars, Ultimate Star Wars, and all that. Now, funny thing about this one, I had one just like it once before, but um, but I bought it at um, Barnes and Noble, but I accidentally I bought it back in 2020 on my birthday, the day I turned 28. Um, that was a few years ago. I'm going to be 31 soon. I bought it there, but when my dad and I'd gone out and go do some physical therapy and all that, um, and I accidentally left my old copy behind uh, in the parking lot. I didn't realize until I got home. And next time we went there, uh, come to find out, it had been destroyed. How do I know that? I found a few pages in a nearby dumpster. I guess a car had to have run over it somehow. So I guess that was my negligence. So basically, I went out to the same Barnes and Noble and just bought a new one. Now it was released in 2015. I'm sorry, 2019. At least this one anyway. Because you see, yeah, this was this was the 2015 edition. This is this is the 2019 one. Both books have a foreword written by Anthony Daniels, C-3PO, and the 2019 version was a lead up to Episode 9. I don't know if there ever will be an uh, updated edition to the 2019 version, but if so, I would imagine that it would have things relating to that would talk about more things that are addressed in this book. Things about like all of Mando thus far, Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, Season 2 of Resistance, The Bad Batch, Clone Wars. You know, um, just to name a few. Um, but yeah, so So this was a new copy. It's the same book, just different copy. I just kind of replaced it with the old one I had that, like I said, sadly got destroyed due to my negligence. So, speaking of books, and you can tell I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan, can't you? Uh, I bought this book right here, Shadows of the Sith, which was released back in last June. It's a bit of a goes. If you see episode 9, and you first meet Lando Calrissian, who's going to be an awesome con this year in DC, so I'd like to meet him if possible. He mentions how when you first see him, like, oh yeah, Luke and I, we were on this mission, uh, and all that. And this book tells the story of that mission. Now, I originally wasn't going to buy it only because I don't always have the attention span for reading books, but I did so if my mom handed her wanted to pick up a couple other books she wanted to read, to buy 2 get 1 free or something like that. So maybe at one point I'll get around to reading if I'm able to, and because I'm reading a couple other books right now. So yeah, but to move, um, I guess since I'm sticking to one singular topic in terms of reading material and other things. Got these at a comic book store in Annapolis called Third Eye Comics. Go check that store out if you're able to, or go check out any branch of it depending on your location. So I think these were a multi-issue story arc where they're Luke and friends are all going on a mission and all that. So they were just put into 2-volume sets and all that, which is funny. In this one right here, there was one point where Luke comes across Vader, not knowing this is your old dad, saying, "Hey, you killed my dad." He's like, "I killed plenty dads. Be more specific." And at one point he sees, and spoiler alerts, of course, and he gets his hand on his old saber. He's like, "Wait a minute, I know this weapon." Can't, so yeah, it's kind of funny. So, and I've had a, and I remember last time I was there was back in close to Halloween. It was the day before I went to Baltimore Comic Con and all that. I got, it was a trick or treating type thing or whatever. I was there and I got a free comic. It's Dr. Aphra. And before that, I remember going there once for a free comic book a day, and I picked up this right here. So yeah, so I own a comic or two. So I know I'm kind of rambling, but hey, if you're paying attention and all that, I appreciate it. And I remember when I went to Annapolis Comic Con, I'm not sure if I ever yeah, I'm not sure if I ever showed this off, but I got in fact, let me check something real quick. Let me check Instagram. I have my reasons. I don't know if I anyway. I'm back. Anyway, I don't know if I showed this off when and when I did my video. Oh, I remember when I went to Annapolis Comic Con last year. Did I pick up anything? Yeah, a couple things. This comic right here, it's called Two Land. Oh, that's how I first heard their brand, is through that. And I have to read through it at some point because sometimes I don't always read and all that. But I don't know. But it seems like it's pretty cool and all that. And then the next time, and then when I went to Baltimore Comic Con, I picked up another issue from the same brand because they had a table there. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? Just wanted to check you out, and go check out their brand if you haven't done so yet. And I also have a poster of theirs and all that. In fact, just a second here. I don't want to get up in the middle of my videos, but I'm making an exception here. this right here. So pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I got some of my stuff right up here on my bed, so that's why I'm like, ooh, let me see this, let me see that. So so yeah. And also um let's see, I guess to move away from comics a little bit, I got this here. Now I guess as far as comics, I'm a fan of Lewis Black and all that. He wrote 3 books. Second of see, I've already, I know I don't have read all the time, but I have read books before. I've read his first one, Nothing Secret. Got through it in about maybe a month. His second one, Me of Little Faith. I've been very slowly going through it, so maybe at some point, I'll read this one too. Even though hey, Christmas is over, but hey, I got off of eBay, by the way, which is an interesting thing too because I actually also got the paperback version, which I got off of Amazon alongside this one. The only reason I got the paperback is because based on what money I had in my account because of gift card and all that, I was able to afford the paperback. So, but I wanted the hardback, so that's what I got. I don't know if it really makes sense to have a duplicate, but you do what you want. So, and another thing I picked up too is this right here, a juvenile biography of James A. Garfield. I've got a few other books in this series that and all that, but Garfield here is the one that I picked up recently. So, but I'm kind of holding off on maybe just buying some stuff for a little while because of how busy my house has been. So, and hopefully we'll go back, pick up things once more when things settle down a wee bit. So, yeah. And so there's that. Now, when it comes to DVDs and all that, I picked up these two Power Rangers. Now, I've showed up DVDs like this before, I think. Now, I own these 2 specific ones. You probably can't see them, but I've got a couple other. The only reason I bought duplicates is because they're kind of a little on the scuffy side. Like how sometimes if you put on a DVD, they'll skip and all that. They're been because of when the disc has been damaged, kind of, it's kind of ass. I know I just kind of bought those to replace them. I still have my old ones. I picked them up years ago. But here they are. So just better ones in better condition and all that. I know that when it comes to picking up these DVDs, these are pre-Shout Factory releases because up to this point they've released everything up to Ninja Steel. It'd be nice if they did the same thing for Beast Morphers and Dino Fury, and eventually Cosmic Fury when it comes out. Because another thing, one thing I forgot to mention in my last video is in terms of shows I'm watching, I've seen all of Dino Fury. And it's kind of interesting how before it came out, people tried to find every reason under the sun to not like it, and then they watch it. Oh, okay, it's not that bad. Is it flawless? No, but people are like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's a good season. So it's so. And of course, with Cosmic Fury, they've kind of created some new-ish suits and all that, and they're going to be using the mecha from one of the more recent Super Sentai series called Kyuranger. They're going to be using the mecha for their Zords, but not the suits, because that particular series has up to 12 heroes, and Dino Fury only has 6. So, yeah. So, I know whenever I picked up DVDs like this, I wouldn't be complaining every single season. There is a complaint, the sole exception being Overdrive and all that, but still, they're fun to collect. And speaking of Power Rangers, another thing I forgot to mention was when it comes to celebrity passings and all that, we've had plenty, like within the last year or so, like Betty White, Bob Saget, Louis Anderson, Sidney Poitier, to name a few. And regretfully, Jason David Frank, Tommy from the OG Green. He was sadly one among those people. 49 years old, suicide. I know that he could. I know that I never got to meet the guy in his lifetime, sadly, and I've heard that he's, for the most part, he's um, uh, for the most part, he was very good with his fans. Has he ever had his douchey moments? For sure. And uh, and it's I guess some of those douchey moments you wonder like, what the fuck. Um, no, that's so. It's just, I don't think he's a coward for having taken himself out. It's like, but it's a shame that whatever was going through his mind. It's too bad that it resulted in him in dying the way he did. Um, when I was first hearing about it, I heard something about like allegedly killed himself. Whatever, it's just bullshit rumor. And I know that Selwyn Ward, who replaced him as the Red Turbo Ranger, posted something about, had a picture of the two of them together around the time that the power transfer happened, midway through that season. And I didn't think much about it, but then now it makes sense why he would have posted that. Yeah, so you know, but I was just, I mean, I know that, like I said, he was good to his fans for the most part, had his douchey moments for sure, and I guess, and I mean, it's not fair that he's gone, that, because he was like um, a fierce advocate for the brand and all that, and all that, so, and great martial artists, and I guess whatever he did wrong in life, whether they meant to or not, whether it's just something as simple as being a douche from time to time. Not, uh, uh, I'm not saying he was or wasn't, but I'm sure he had his moments. But it's whatever whatever moment he had that maybe, wait, what? It's kind of a shame that maybe he couldn't write those rights when it comes to writing some wrongs. Well, that's kind of shame that couldn't have come to pass. And I'm not casting judgment on him as a person and all that, but still, just like, it's not fair that he died. We had so much to live for still. Uh, um, and he should still be here. So, he did still continuing to do what he did, and maybe along the way it would be nice to maybe right some wrongs. Just do whatever else needs to be done, and at any given place in any given scenario. But would I like to have met him? Maybe, yeah. I mean, despite the moments that made you like roll your eyes, well, it's JDF being JDF again. But yeah, so I forgot to bring all that up. So, but anyway, and rest in peace, Jason David Frank. There'll never be another one like him, despite who he was, despite he had qualities as a person, good and bad. So, and despite all of that, may he rest in peace. So, but anyway, I know, completely off topic, so I just wanted to address that real quick. So, but yeah, I picked up those couple DVDs there. So, and so there's that. Speaking of which, I don't think I ever showed this off yet. Got this Life with No Time to Die. I wanted to see this in theaters, but I didn't get to, especially since it got pushed back several times due to COVID. So, they're like the only two Bond movies I've seen in theaters thus far. Was Casino Royale in 2006. It was my first year of high school. I was with my brother, and what was it? And Spectre too. I was 2015. I was with mall. I was at the mall with my mom. So I had like to go see this movie. Oh yeah, go ahead. I did try to invite her. It's like, hey, why don't you come? No, you go ahead. I cannot mind. And she didn't mind being by herself for a couple hours. So yeah, and I did that because I wanted to. I wasn't sure when the next movie would come out, and I wanted to take all of that opportunity while still there because Spectre. Yeah, so I picked this up in 2022 ish. Because I think it was 2021 or something. Yeah, but just I picked it up when I had the availability. So interesting thing, The World Is Not Enough had the longest time pre-title sequence at about clocking in about 14, 15 minutes. This one's got like 20 something minutes, so beats out that movie. So that. So yeah, cool. And it's so perhaps it's a 2-disc special edition. Maybe I got the DVD. Maybe I should have gotten the Blu-ray. But the thing is, though, sometimes it's not nice to just have a regular DVD, at least in the sense that you can play it in any machine that's DVD friendly. Whereas a Blu-ray is pretty specific. But and speaking of that, speaking of all these movies, got this too, Jurassic World Dominion. I own the first 2 World movies on DVD as well as the first 3 Park movies as well, so I just kind of added it to my collection. I wanted to see it in theater, but I didn't get to. Well, I think I did. Yeah, as well, and because the first one is one, the OG Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies. So I picked up the regular DVD as well as Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So why did I buy a duplicate? Oh, I guess maybe I just felt like buying both. Especially. I think it's either one or the other, either the Blu-ray or the DVD disc. Oh, well, this one here has the extended edition, whereas this one's just the regular theatrical cut. Then again, this one's got both theatrical and extended. So maybe I want one just to have the consistency in the boxing of some of the other DVDs I have. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not the only one who's ever bought duplicates of things, so what you gonna do about it? Yeah, so I think so I guess with all that said, I guess those are some of the items I've bought in recent times. So I guess I wanted to make its own separate video. I didn't want to make my last one any longer than it needed to be. I'm thinking there's a couple other things that I may have forgotten to bring up in my last video as well, but that's neither here nor there. But I guess, well, maybe I don't know if I'll talk about some of those things if I get in another video, but or I'll just casually bring them up when depending on what I'm talking about next. So yeah, I guess with all that said, I guess that's all I've got to show off right now. So I guess with all that said, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.